Dallas has just been on a tear. I believe we can attribute that to Jason Robertson. Also, Jake Ottinger, who's really stepped in.
Yeah, so we can compare a rookie QB to a toddler. Hayward's absence for this game will be significant, and I wouldn't be surprised if this game turns into a blowout as of late.
The Golden Knights just can't pull it. I really think the Avalanche are determined this year.
They made so many moves and grabbed so many guys that they have to win a championship or at least make the finals. They were on our championship and bust.
The same self, the only year he won an MVP was the year he cheated, which really should put something against that MVP. But
Yeah, and as a Cowboys fan, I have learned how dangerously good Aaron Rodgers has been with he can just thread a pass.
Hello, I am Ruby Ackerman, and you are listening to Outsider's Opinion with Kevin and Austin.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to our MLB Opinions of the Week, a World Series preview. You know, I'm Kevin, and I'm joined by a man who's the team my team is facing. The Rangers are facing the Diamondbacks, and your team has faced the Diamondbacks before, Austin.
Yes, and we ended up losing, so we'll see how that works out. But wow, two teams that, like you mentioned in our last video, please go check it out, our storylines video, that were below five, or that had not just below 500 last year, which they both were, but 2 years ago they both had 100 losses. What a story! Both have a lot of youthful players. Are we talking about rookies with Corbin Carroll, Evan Carter, Josh Young? There's so many players there, and then you have the veterans. Did you ever think this would be what the series would be?
No, dude, I've like picked against the Rangers the entire time. I was hoping they could do in the ALCS. I just want to get past the Astros. It's so great to be here. They're 4 wins away from their first World Series. But yeah, I can't believe it because of the bullpen. But props to Leclerc. He's played well. He's done well. Same with Spores. I think those are two guys, but I think the main thing has been the offense and Evaldi and Jordan Montgomery. We talked about Jordan Montgomery in the last video. He's been insane. Nathan Evaldi has really pitched well, but I think Montgomery's pitched better.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think he has. And I think that's a good segue. You mentioned the bullpen. I'll go into the stat I've been wanting to bring up. The Diamondbacks, two guys, Kevin Ginkel, Paul Sewald, 0 ERA in the 8 games they pitched in. Sewald's pitched in 8 innings, Ginkel in 9 innings, not a single run. And those are their go-to guys. Sewald has, I believe, 6 saves in the 8 games he's pitched in, which is amazing. They have 9 wins in so far. Both teams have 9 wins because of how they got to the World Series. But of those 9 wins, 6 of them have been saves, and Sewald has pitched in 8 of the 9 wins. So the Rangers in any game that is close are going to have to face those guys. It's going to come down to the bullpen if the game is close. And what the Diamondbacks have excelled at against the Phillies is keep it close. Keep it close. Keep it close because our bullpen will win. We have the bullpen. When did the Phillies hit a walk-off? When did the Phillies have a great 8-run rally? Never happened. Never happened. Not in a game that was close. And that's the Diamondbacks' way of winning games, is keeping it close. And in a close game, I think the edge goes to the Diamondbacks pitching over the Rangers. Like, who would you rather have as a setup man? Ginkel, who's not given up a single run in 9 innings, or Chapman? And then who would you rather have the closer, Sewald, who is obviously an amazing pickup this season for the Diamondbacks from Seattle, who has a lot of history against the Rangers. He knows the Rangers. Now, the Rangers also know him, so that goes both ways. But he hasn't given up a single run, and Leclerc's had his fair share of mishaps this playoffs along with his great performances.
Yeah, I forgot. I thankfully I wasn't watching because that would have been heartbreaking. But the 3-run home run to Altuve to lose, but also the fight for both these teams. The Diamondbacks are down 2-0. The Rangers had lost 3 in a row, one in a gut-wrenching fashion with that Leclerc, and they were able to win the series. We talked about, were these series going to be close? I think you could say Diamondbacks and Phillies was definitely close. I don't know if you could say the Astros and Rangers games were close. The first two were close. Then it kind of was blowouts.
Except for Game 5.
Oh, yeah,
which,
Game 5, yeah. I keep
Yeah.
forgetting about Game 5. But just the fight on these teams, and I think that's pretty incredible for what the Rangers did. And these are two teams that did it differently. I think the Diamondbacks did it kind of in a traditional way where they went young, just were waiting on their guys. They did get they signed Evan Longoria, and he's played well. He made an incredible catch. I want to say it was against the Phillies, or maybe it was against the Brewers. No, it was against the Brewers. But he's been great, and he was a guy that thought about maybe retiring, but it looks like he wants to come back again.
Yeah, and I think before we talk about a little bit more, I think we should go into who we have winning the series. Are you going to fade the Rangers again?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
It's worked so far. So, and I also do think it could be close, but I just don't know how are the Rangers. First, you have to go statistics with the bullpen. Like when Leclerc blew the save, I'm like, it was time. Like statistically, 8 times out of 10, the Rangers are going to lose the game in a save situation because their bullpen is that bad. And then Seawald numbers. So, yeah.
I'm gonna go Rangers in this series. I'll go different than you. I'll have the Rangers winning, and it's mainly because of the offense. But the Diamondbacks are so dangerous. If the Diamondbacks keep it close, I have the Diamondbacks. It's really, can the Rangers offense keep it up? Do you think they can score 8+ runs a game? If you do, then I think they win, because I don't think the Diamondbacks offense is as good. But if the game is 5 or less, I think the Diamondbacks will win that series, because when it comes down to it, that 8th inning rally, I don't know if Chapman's going to have the Kimbrel, where Kimbrel comes in and gives up the game-tying home run, and then the last run, obviously, he gives up as well. Those rallies come from the Diamondbacks. They're the team at the end of the game that's trying to come back. And the Rangers, historically, this postseason, have been the team that it's happened against, at least with the Astros.
Yeah. So, I'm joking around. I actually do think the Diamondbacks win it. I think it goes more than 4 games, like 5 or 6. But I don't know, when the Rangers get another gut punch, especially in those close games, can they fight back? Because they stranded a lot of runners in scoring position in the Astro series, and Simeon has not played well. He has not had a great postseason.
Well, and here's the thing. It really is up to the bullpen. I think everything else can be really washed away, because I think the Diamondback starting pitching's been good, especially besides Zach Gallen, between Brandon Pfaadt and Merrill Kelly. They've both been amazing, and I think Gallen will get it together. And then for the Rangers, their starters have been good, but the Rangers haven't had to come back down. The Diamondbacks have. It's that experience that they have. And Ketel Marte, I want to bring this up, has the longest hit streak to start a playoff career ever. 16 straight. He's played in 16 playoff games and has a hit in all 16, Kevin. That is crazy. And he's their leadoff guy versus Simeon, who is struggling.
Yeah.
I don't know how this is going to work out. It really is going to come down to the bullpen. And I will give something. The last time the Yankees got rid of Chapman in some form or fashion, that team was the Chicago Cubs that he went to, and they won a World Series. Chapman did not play well in that World Series, but it did not matter. Now the Yankees, the year after they get rid of him, same thing. He obviously went to the Royals, but that season after he left the Yankees, team's in the World Series. Can they get it done? I don't know. But I do think bullpen is going to be huge. And if Seawald and Ginkel keep it up, I'm going to say this. If Ginkel and Seawald in the postseason with a 0 ERA combined, the Rangers lose. They lose. Because I think that the game is going to remain close. Can Adolis Garcia, can Seager, can Simeon, can Young get a big hit? If that answer is no, then I think the Diamondbacks win. But I'm banking on the fact that they will outscore their problems, which they've done for the majority of the postseason.
Oh, yeah. And The thing with the Rangers is, can they get to the starter? That's what's been key to them. With the Royals had an incredible bullpen. They did lose Bautista, but the Rangers, to me, their best hitting was against the Orioles, not against the Astros. Just the series in general.
Their best thing was probably against the Rays.
Okay.
They hit against the Rays too.
Well, yeah, but the Rays had some errors.
That was true, but they took advantage of the errors as well.
And they did take. It was just they got the pitch counts high, so they forced the bullpen to come in. That's to me what the Rangers' goal is. To me, they were very aggressive in the Astros series, and I want kind of a more laid back approach. Like, I think Seager always hits. He always is like gets a strike first, and he'll swing at it. But later on, he had a rough series. But later on, he started getting better when he was letting pitches go. And to me, that's what makes the Rangers go. It's getting those walks up. And I think Simeon can put it together. He's dealt with some things. He's played every game of the season. So I think this rest should help him. But it's going to come down to, I think you have to say it comes down to the bullpen, because the Rangers have a terrible bullpen. They've been able to do it. Leclerc has done pretty well, better than I expected. Spuers has done well. But the question for me also for the Rangers is the Game 3 and Game 4 starters. Scherzer has done enough. He hasn't been what we expected, Scherzer, but he's coming off from an injury. So can he go deep? Because that's what the Rangers need from their starters.
100%. Because you know that over a long series that the bullpen is going to get wear down, and they don't have that deep of a bullpen. Even though you don't trust Chapman, you don't want to see who is it. Bradford, one of their guys.
Yeah, I like Bradford, but I wouldn't put him in the eighth. I would put him.
But again, you're going to have to Game 4 if you guys are allowing a lot of runs early in games, because the bullpen's going to get ran through. If the not even just ran through by runs, but ran through by innings. Like, you can't eat innings as a bullpen throughout a long series, especially back to back games. So, because in the playoffs, you play back to back days unless you're switching cities. So that Game 3, 4, 5. Okay, Game 3. I'd say you don't know really how the starter's going to play. He's out in the 5th. Okay, well, that's 6, 7, 8, 9 that you need somebody for. The next game, let's say he goes 3. He has a bad start. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then Game 5, who are you? Okay, you have a great start. But 8 is, unless you're going to pitch a guy 3 straight days, may have to be a guy like Bradford or Stratton.
Yeah, I don't know why Stratton's not getting played a lot, but that's a great point. I think Leclerc can go every day, and I think Spuers can. Chapman can't. They don't do that. So, and I don't know if Scherzer can go at least 5, because I think he went. Did he even? No, he made it out of the set. When did?
I think he was 2 and 2/3. I think he was 2 2/3.
In Game 7. What about Game 4?
I think it was Game. Was it Game 4 or was it Game 3?
May have been Game 3. Yeah, it may have been Game 3. I thought Heaney was Game 3. Heaney and Dunning. No,
I'm looking it up.
I'm going to say Scherzer. Yeah, I think you're right. Game 3 was Scherzer.
He went. Okay, so. Yeah, it was Game 3.
Okay.
Scherzer went. He went 4 innings but gave up 5 runs. So he went Game 3. And in Game 4, he went, like I said, 2 2/3. He gave up 2 runs. Yeah, so he's averaging a ERA over 9 these playoffs, 9.45.
But he's got that experience, and like he came really back from an injury. That I was shocked he come back. So I'm glad he's back. But I'm assuming Evaldi's going to be game 1. It's going to be Evaldi versus Gallen because Montgomery pitched on short rest in game 7.
True. It'll probably be Evaldi, and then it'll
Evaldi.
against Gallen, and then Kelly
Versus
Montgomery, and
Then you
then
got
Fat
Scherzer.
and Scherzer. Then who's the fourth starter for the Diamondbacks?
That's a good point. I was talking to someone? They said there was a bullpen game. Was that the? For
That's
game
right.
4?
That's right. That's right.
Okay,
That's
it was
right.
bullpen.
There was a bullpen game for the Phillies. They started. Second.
I'm guessing for Rangers. I wonder if they go Dunning, and then Heaney's that guy out in the 8th.
Yeah. So in game 4, the Phillies had a bullpen game. So game 1, 2, 3, they had their starters. Game 5, 6, 7, they had their starters. But game 4, they had a bullpen game where they started Joe Mantiply, however you say his name, and then went through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pitchers.
Yeah, but overall, I think this is going to be a great series. I think it's going to be fun, and I don't know why people are complaining about it, or I've just seen complaints.
They actually went through 8 pitchers. They also had Sewell in that game. 8
Pitchers.
pitchers in one game. But they ended it off with Gingle for an inning, Sewell for an inning.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, I think this is great. There's so many storylines. They haven't won since 2001 for the Diamondbacks. Rangers have never won, which is rough, but it's gonna be great. I hope the Rangers can pull it out. I'm rooting for them, but I'm gonna pick against them because
I'll say Rangers in 6 is my official pick. I said Rangers before, but I never said how many games.
I'll go actual pick Diamondbacks 6.
Okay, so we both have it ending in Dallas or in Arlington, I guess. But I have the Rangers winning in Arlington. You have them losing in Arlington. That would be heartbreaking, but we'll see.
It would be heartbreaking. I just need 4 wins, dude. It's been great. People still don't understand. They're like, why are you freaking out? There's a 7-run inning. I'm like, dude, stop it. It's rough. So, it's scary. But yeah, that's all we got. I'm excited. It's going to be fun. Let us know what you think, and we appreciate you listening to Outsiders Opinions.